Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And we've got to put the Thunder brand on. How many of you at home have this? Give me a little yes, no. Because we did the supermarket wines last week. It's a glorious Monday, Mott. It's a little gloomy out there, but it's a beautiful Monday mentally. And I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, Mott, some people shouting out for, come on with this supermarket wine. Went over well. I think people appreciate the fact that they get it, but they're like, you know, I don't come here to see that. Show me the big dog. So we went big dog. 100 US dollars, 115 US dollars, 115 US dollars. So Mott, Vaniacs, ghosts that are in the room, we are bringing the thunder with the wine. We've never referenced the ghosts in the room before, Mott. It's a big deal. There's a little first. So I'm excited. Bordeaux, Chateauneuf de Pape, Hermitage, real serious wines, double Rhone action on the back end. We're starting with Bordeaux. This is what we call a super French show. Chateau Smith Haut Lafitte, 2005, Bordeaux. This wine is from the Pessac. This wine is 100 US dollars, and this wine is 18 months and 80% new French oak. It is also 100 American bones, and it is 68% Cabernet, 64 Cabernet, 30 Merlot, 5 Cabernet Franc, and 1% Petit Verdot, which, you know, as you know, Mott, I love the Petit Verdot, and so I'm excited about that. This wine has scored 95 points from Robert Parker, so very, very, very hot winery right now. The Grave is very hot. Pessac, predominantly Cabernet, almost 70%, 65%. And I'm excited about trying this wine. Bordeaux's 2005 vintage. If you go back, you know, I once claimed on the show, you got to go wild. Mott, by the way, did a video for Decanter about the 2009 saying I didn't think Americans were going to buy it because I thought the prices were inflated. And Reuters, very respected outlet, just said I went into my crystal ball, wrote a release last Friday saying Americans have not bought the 09s as much as everybody thought. Said everybody said they were going to, except one guy, it's Gary Vaynerchuk, so I was very excited about that article. But 05 was a big windfall. A lot of you bought on heavy. As a matter of fact, this wine was probably in the 50s, 60s when it first came out. Now it is $100. Very dark, dark red coloring, just gorgeous coloring. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Once again, predominantly Cabernet. Big red fruit coming across right off the bat. Kind of like plum. Really enjoying the plum aspect. Actually, grab that Baccarat that I did earlier today. Not the one I did with you with the wine club, the white label one when you weren't here with Michelle, all the way down. Not that one. That's the one with the wine club. Just want to mention this. Some of you got the email earlier today. But if you need one more push, if you're on the Wine Library main email, you got an email video around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I did a little video reviewing this wine. This wine is incredible. Some of the staff just came in and retasted it a couple hours later. I retasted it again. It's even better than it was 4 hours ago. Just a little small FYI, as I like to call them. So let's get refocused. Smith Haut Lafitte, no relationship to Chateau Lafitte. Just a great, great winery. I visited. It's got a great spa now, too. Just wonderful people making great, great wine. Let's give it a whirl after we talk a little more about the plums and the gorgeous little pomegranate component that on the tail end of this nose. Little creaminess, which is just gorgeous. Let's give it a whirl. This wine is not fooling around. Let's start with that. Very big. Great silkiness coming across. Beautiful dark cherry flavors on the mid palate, which I like quite a bit. The refinement, there's this gorgeous, like real tobacco, like, you know, real tobacco, not cigarettes, real tobacco, like shreds real tobacco on the third quarter, mid palate transition to the finish that I like quite a bit. And then hits you very, very, very hard on this sour cherry kind of meets grainy leaf with a little hint of almost like cotton candy, like the accents of cotton candy, that, like, you know, the pink kind, not the blueberry, and really quite pretty. Great silkiness, but very dark and very young. This wine is coming across quite young to me. tannins. This wine is a baby. Same token, it's not completely knocking my shirt off. I don't want to get naked for you. I'm going to score this wine 92 plus points. I think it's fantastic. It is not worth a Benjamin to me. Maybe a half a Benjamin. Is Grant on the $50 bill? Who's on the $50 bill? Very nice. On top of my head there. Not bad. Barry Horowitz. Wrestling fans, 1987. So, you know, $50, $60 wine, I'd probably get real excited. 100 pushes the envelope too much for me. But it's still a bait. I mean, ultimately, I think the problem here is that we should be embarrassed for analyzing this wine this young. I mean, this is where it gets really silly. It's almost like defining who my little, beautiful, wonderful, genius 14-month-old Misha is going to be in the next 40 years. It's a little hard. And there's still, you know, you see things, you see person, oh, she looks like she's going to be a little bit like Daddy, which means she's going to be amazing. But you just never know, and there's, you know, a lot of other things that can happen. And this is what's going on with this wine. For now, I'll go with that. It's got potential, tight, very dark wine, good wine. The big-ass glass is happy. But I don't think it's all the way there yet, and it may not get all the way there. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's move on to this outrageously serious Chateauneuf de Pape Cuvée de Mon Amil. This de Mon Alil wine comes from Pierre Usulio, one of the great Chateauneuf de Pape producers. 95% Grenache, 5% Syrah. 96 points, Robert Parker. 115 American dollars cash. Money cash. Sniffy sniff. This wine smells like sauerkraut. You notice I give it right to Mott because I want the reaffirmed. Do you smell it? Or not really?
Like vinegar.
A little bit, right? Mm-hmm. And not vinegar isn't spoiled, but it's got this sauerkraut component, which I think is spectacularly interesting. I like it a lot. A little hint of pickles as well. That being said, really finishes off with this gorgeous cranberry component, which I think is cute. I like the cranberries. Man, I cannot get past the stinky sauerkraut, which I love. I mean, I will devour sauerkraut. I think it's one of the most underrated. You're a sauerkraut guy? No, huh? Hot dog straight? Ketchup.
I like ketchup on my hot dogs.
Hot dog with ketchup.
Yep.
Question of the day. How do you eat your hot dog? Mustard, sauerkraut. This is going to be interesting. I think some lurkers are going to come out. This is a passionate thing. People get crazy. Chili, onions. And don't give me the once in a while, because I'll go chili and onions, and I'll do all sorts of crazy. I'm talking standard. By percentage, what hot dog have you eaten the most? Mustard sauerkraut. I've been introduced now ketchup into, but mustard sauerkraut is the way I roll. That's why I like this. It's beautiful, beautiful little sauerkraut component. A little bit of pickles. Gorgeous, gorgeous strawberries and cherries, red fruit. Let's give it a whirl. Oof. These do not taste like last week's supermarket wine. This is a big boy. Big, powerful palate. Ridiculous amounts of it tastes like a cranberry kind of, you know, one of those cocktails from Ocean Spray, like cran strawberry, right? You know, you get this cranberry sourness, cherry, strawberries, a little bit of chalkiness, gorgeous little like leather components are back in the really, really pretty, like dark chocolate. Just got a lot of different flavor profiles coming through. Very complex little wine. You get a little bit of spice, kind of just like a pepper component on the third quarter transition. Mott, what do you think?
Yeah, there's all these different flavors just passing over your tongue. It's just,
do you like it?
It was nice.
Expensive. You're like, yeah. Big wine, bold wine. Again, this is why drinking world-class wine this young is always a little bit of a, snake eyes. Roll of the dice. To me, this is also very young. You know, Smith Lafite can last in your cellar 40 to 60 years. This is probably a 25 to 35 year wine, but this is pretty damn delicious. The complexity is over the top, one of the more complex Chateauneuf de Papes that I've had the pleasure of tasting in a long time. The 06 a little more approachable and not hedonistic as much as the 07, and I think that's fine. I think a little bit of like the fake muscles, the fake abs, the fake boobs, the fake butt, and the society, everything's, you know, the what is it? Help me here. The, you know,
Botox.
Thank you. The Botox, the lips. I feel like the 07 Rhone wines can get a little bit like that, whereas the 06 is a little bit more classic. You know, just like maybe like a little tattoo, and that's it. You know, like kind of a little bit more, a little something, but just a little more, maybe a belly ring. You know, just not over the top. I like it, and I think it's made extremely well. I'm gonna score 94 points. This is a very serious wine. You might seem a little, kind of high for my rating, for my reaction, because I can feel myself thinking about this wine more than being animated about it. It is a very, very serious, complex wine. This is all about mouthfeel, you know? It's kind of like, it's a mouthfeel. It's a mouthfeel doesn't get the credit. You know, it's kind of like this. It's like beauty. You know, some people are really into dimples, Mott? You know? It's not the whole face. Oh, you're going to zoom in?
Here we go.
You know, a little dimple. This is how it kind of contexts in my mind. Somebody said something interesting the other day about dimples. Some lady hitting on me, let's be honest. No. You know, mouthfeel is such a core thing. It can make the whole wine spectacular. Like a dimple can make a face so much better than it really is. And I feel like that's what I'm tasting with this wine. The mouthfeel is so extraordinary that it elevates this wine past the Smith-Hunt-Lafite. It makes it that caliber. If you're into silky wines, if people tell you the wines I like, if your significant other likes silky wines, this is the splurge you want to make for them, because there's not many Chateauneuf de Papes or wines, period, that bring this kind of silkiness, this kind of structure. I think it's completely tremendous. I'm blown away by it, and that's very, very good. All right, let's now go from the south to the north, going Northern Rhone. This is a very special bottle of wine. This is the Ferraton 2005 Hermitage Les Milles, 100% Syrah, 30-year-old vines, 94 points Wine Spectator, 93 points Robert Parker, $115. And Chapoutier, the great Chapoutier, is now, I think, the owner of this estate. And I'm very excited about this wine. Really dark colors coming through. Let's give it a snippy sniff. Now this has this gorgeous kind of, not gorgeous, I've been using gorgeous too much. This has a really superb black tea component. Getting a very heavy tea meets Tabasco, jalapeno, black pepper. So like tea, spicy. You know, kind of like China explodes into Mexico. You know, and you smell it and you're like, ooh, really nice. Dark fruit, a little more blackberry, black currant, maybe even crushed up blueberry, and a little hint of like potpourri, just this overarching floral, grainy kind of flavor. It smells really good, really, really good. Oh, Mott, I faked you. You see that?
You faked me out.
It's kind of like a basketball, you know.
That's all.
You like that?
Yes.
It's a nice nose. Let's give it a whirl. I mean, this is how you start a week. I mean, these are serious wines. 92, 94, and guess what? We're going to climb the ladder. I'm going 95 points on this. 93 Parker, 94 Spectator. I'm going 95 points on this. This is the best wine of the bunch because it has the silkiness that the Useglio Chateauneuf de Pape brings to the table, but it just tastes better. And there's a little bit more complexity and the creaminess, and it's just a little bit more of a fan-friendly wine. I do see more people enjoying this than the Useglio. This is some heavyweight stuff. I mean, this is like Hulk Hogan versus Rocky versus Mike Tyson. I mean, this is like a three-way battle, Mott. That's some iconic players. wine is meaty. I feel like biting it. I feel like it's a burger. I feel like this wine's like a Shake Shack burger. I feel like biting it, you know? It's so meaty and so viscous and so thick and so powerful. You know that scene in Rocky? This one made me think of it. When Drago's corner says fake Russian, and it kind of means like finish, and then he kills Apollo. That punch is what this wine tastes like. It's that powerful. But it's almost like that punch, but then getting hugged by Cindy Crawford in her prime. Because it's like really like delightful as well. So it's like Drago hits you, you're about to die, but then Cindy catches you in that Pepsi commercial where she wore the jean shorts. Like that's what this thing is going on, because the power is intense, but the polish and the beauty and the elegance on the back end and the sexiness on this wine is spectacular. This is just one delicious bottle of wine, dominated by dark fruit, surrounded by black tea, and hinted with a little bit of earthiness. The silk is sick. Sick. I mean, like, when you get baller level and you buy those $30,000 sheets because they're like, I don't know, a million pieces of yarn per, whatever the crap that is, it is that, like as smooth as the air. I'm getting animated about this wine because it's getting better. I might have even underscored it at 95. I'm going to stick there because that's Jason Taylor's new number. I'm struggling with this Mott. 10-year Dolphin. Now, my outside linebacker crushing the quarterback, but I'll deal with it. Revis is holding out, so I'm freaking out. I see a lot of you on Twitter asking me what I feel about that. What do I feel about it? Nervous. Very nervous. Wow. I mean, these three wines will keep me happy for a long time. Just spectacular. Congratulations to the Ferraton, slightly squeaking out the Seglio, which kind of defeats the Smith-Hall Lafite. So, we had a side question of the day today. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're in the zone, Mott. This one-on-one stuff is, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I kind of like it. Big wines. This, maybe we should convert the show into like these kind of wines. I feel like I deserve it. Real question of the day. What is the best $100 wine you've ever had in your life? You! With a little bit of me. It's football season. Everybody's in camp. That first pass was more like Sanchez. That second one was a little more Tom Brady. We're changing the wine world.